The scene is set in the Odyssey Casino, hidden within the Odyssey Theatre, owned by the Ventrue clan. The casino has been open for a good few hours now. John has just had his meeting with a rather curious young Nosferatu, and many kindred of the city are enjoying the distraction and entertainments offered by the casino. The gambling, the expensive but exquisite Vitae drinks. This is a kindred-only casino. The only mortals allowed here are the staff. And our scene begins.
All right, Joey, he's seated at the poker table, looking his cards over. For just a moment, he's more interested in the surroundings of this place, taking it all in, seeing the high degree of the lifestyle of this owner of this location. He believes his name is Stanshope or something. And he's like resting an elbow as the dealer calls for him to make a move, and blinks a little his one good eye and just sets his cards down. I'll pass. That's a fine looking establishment, I gotta say.
Jonathan also enters the casino. Not so much here to gamble, he's here to look for the Ventrue Primogen. Seeing as he doesn't spot him, he waits at the bar, doesn't order anything yet.
Steven kind of walks in and kind of eyeballs the place. As an act of good faith, he takes his jacket off and at the front, coat check, and his two pistols at there too, and asks that they be taken care of. And so they'll know that he's not armed. He goes over and sits down and asks if the owner is in tonight, because the last couple nights he wasn't. The Prince's impromptu Elysium was here, but he's wondering if the actual owner will be in tonight to be talked down to, if he's able to be met with and introduced, and kind of let him know. He's heard some good things about his business affiliations. He's just trying to get his name out in the town.
The staff say that they will send your message on to the owner of the establishment, but they do not give a positive that he is either in nor will be visiting the casino floor this evening, but will happily give you $50 worth of chips if you wish to enjoy the facilities while you wait.
Well, thank you very much. And he'll just kind of flip him in his fingers back and forth, a little hand tricks and stuff, and just still kind of wait at the bar.
Eric walks in after Steven, and he has his features hidden by a hood, but he allows himself to be checked for weapons. He hasn't brought his revolver today. He didn't feel he needed it. He hid on the entire way here. He remembers the location as the area where the Prince held his Elysium, and he was introduced. So it kind of dawned on him eventually that it wasn't actually the Prince's establishment. He has yet to meet the owner. He thinks about what he saw in the last time he was here, and has half a mind to let the owner know, as the Elysium would also be under his purview. He isn't sure what the owner looks like, so he goes to the bar to wait and ends up beside Jonathan. And waits.
Busy place we got here. I look around at all the newcomers. So no one wants to gamble.
Not a gambling man.
I only bet on sure things.
I don't have a poker face, so.
No one
Oh,
wants
yeah.
to see my face.
Oh yeah, you hiding something?
I am Eric Summers. I hide my face to not disturb my fellow kindred, for I am a descendant of Nosferatu.
Ah, yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Joey. The Bruja, or Bruja, however we call ourselves. Kind of new
However
to
you-
this whole thing.
However you want to call yourself is fine by me.
Hey, how's Bishop doing? Is he all right?
Yeah,
He was
was
a
a
little
bit,
rattled the other night, I'd imagine.
yeah, he was a bit pissed. I noticed. I talked with him in the Warrens recently.
Was y'all able to settle him down?
Yeah, Miss Virginia had a conversation with him.
Okay. We did what we could for our esteemed sheriff, but he seems to fly off the handle for no real reason.
What's the sheriff?
Like Mr. O'Connell, Jacob O'Connell.
The sheriff. Not,
No offense, he acted like one of you guys over there, Joey, and he's actually of my clan. He would have given you all a good name. I mean, he was crazy. Just flying into a temper fit, he ended up shooting. There was a little hole in the guy's chest for nothing.
Huh. Yeah, I came across Wade last night. He actually gave me a little bit of a spook. So on my way home, and he jumped me. Started. Now, once I got the situation under control, and I look at the woman running the game, I fold and lean back in the chair. For a moment, I'm thinking of putting my feet up, but I decide against it. Yeah. As I was saying, he seemed pretty pissed off. We got to talking and realized sometimes it's good to form an alliance or something. You know, in case the sheriff comes knocking.
Well, I'm for keeping the clans together and keeping the masquerade and everything, but you don't go, blowing off a big old magnum on somebody's chest in the middle of the park at night. We had 3 minutes before the cops got there. We had to
Wait,
cut
he
bait
did this in
real
the
quick.
park?
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Wasn't that right? Wasn't that right, Doc? Isn't that what he told? I was there. I saw it.
Oh God. I hope to rest.
I'm not talking against one of my family. I don't mind one of my family being crazy. That's what we're known for. We all are a little nuts. That's just how it goes. What I don't want is the guy that's supposed to be keeping everybody else in line, the sheriff. That's what I wonder about.
No offense to your family, but he kind of gives you a bit of a bad name.
Well, hey, now, I'm just saying, I'm just wondering. I'm not going against the prince either, because he's the guy that put him. He's the guy that put him in that position. I'm just wondering if he's really dragging the bottom of the barrel on this one. Was there nobody else?
Knowing him, probably.
Were all the gangrels smart enough for once to stay out of the job? To stay away from it?
Guess I'll have to keep him in line for as much as I can then. He pinches his nose bridge. Oh, sweet zombie Jesus.
It took me and Cole to pull him away from really opening up on Bishop.
Surprises me that he didn't tear him to pieces.
Yeah, well, we had to slap some sense into him. He finally, we kept him focused on this Janus guy, this Ravnos Janus that was here that other night, changing face and everything.
Yeah, nah.
It took some convincing, but we got him to realize that that's the guy he needs to be going after, not other Nosferatu, fellow kindred in the Camarilla.
Yeah. Oh well.
The dealer at the table changes with another staff member. She walks out towards the staff room where she's intercepted by a balding man in a grey suit, and the two of them go behind the staff door.
Maybe the next one will give me some luck.
Well,
I lost close to 400.
here, you can here, have my 50. You can hopefully that'll help your luck a little better.
Ah, thanks a lot, buddy. What'd you say your name was?
Steven.
I'll take your money and sit back down.
One of the waitresses comes over with some more vitae. The owner of the establishment would like to invite you all to a private card game, if you have the time.
Sure. I suck at card games.
Moving on up, I see. I stand up to get to follow.
As you follow him down, past the curtain to the VIP section is a rather dark room with a deep mahogany varnished table, green mat and crisp set of cards. Another staff member there with a group of cards. And standing just to the side, ready to greet you as you come in, is an older-looking gentleman in a crisp blue suit.
Controlling his urges just to wanting to activate Protean 1, but then remembers this is Elysium. I'm not supposed to do that here. Dark room, no. Looks around the room, not using his Protean power, but just sees John stands up. And there's a little greeting.
Mr. Vandenberg, always a pleasure to see you. And many new faces as well. Greetings. I am the owner of this establishment. John Stanhope, Ventru Primogen. Would you do me the honor of joining me for a game?
Actually, I've been wanting to ask you, Mrs. Stanhope, have you checked the video footage from the theater?
I believe that particular, last week's footage has been gone over by some of the staff of the court. They wouldn't tell me why.
Let's just say illusions.
I see. Come, let us discuss these troubling matters over a more sociable environment, shall we? And John limps heavily, leaning on his cane towards one of the seats and props himself up and taps on the table. The staff member grabs a rather large stack of chips and piles them in front of John.
Joey will move over to sit down across from you, and he'll splay out his arms just to make sure that no one sits too close to him. and kind of look around at the table, looking at the nice quality of this joint.
Eric sits next to, but not too close to, Joey at the table as well, looking around at the high-quality furnishings that are in this room.
And Stephen will sit at the edge of the table, and rather fine establishment here, Mr. Stanhope, wasn't it?
Yes, that is my name. Thank you very much. It was my mentors back in better days. I hear there's been quite a kerfuffle in Userum recently. Shootings in the park.
Well, yeah. I've only been here a week, but yeah, it seems apparently rather a interesting week from what everybody's been saying. So, this is what I got to look forward to. I might just up and go back to Arkham.
If you want a sleepy city that doesn't have anything interesting, then go back to Europe. One thing this city can do is keep you on your toes. Apologies, I do not think we have met.
Stephen. From Malkavian clan.
I see, Mr. Stephen. And what is your profession, Stephen?
Well, right now I'm kind of out here as a favor to my sire. He told me to kind of go out and look for some enlightenment, but I've also served in the Great War as a soldier, and right now as a private eye, leading up from time of my embrace till now. So kind of some odds and ends. Obviously the night shift, but do some minor private work under the table. It keeps the bills paid.
Very useful.
You served a war. Which war?
The Great War.
There were two, Stephen.
No, there was one.
He's talking about the one with all them Germans.
Then there was Hitler's debacle after that one. I guess you'd call it World War I now.
Are you a native to the Americas, Stephen?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Then I don't think you can say you were truly involved in the Great War. At least not until the end.
Well, if you think about it, America was the ones who ended the Great War. It didn't end until we got there. We were the cause of the finish of it.
Yes, indeed.
It had gone on for, 1914 to 1917, and then in, 18 months after that, it was over.
The cavalry had arrived.
You know it.
Apologies, Stephen. There seems to be other people around this table.
Well, that's fine. Go ahead and... I don't want to take up the entire night.
Jonathan also
Mystery.
goes from the door to pick a seat. Oh.
Anyway, gentlemen's aside, my name is Joey, and I lean over the table to shake your hand, Stanhope.
He'll take the hand.
Joey of Clan Bruja, or Bruja.
Ah, excellent. There have been precious few of you. What brings you to the city, Joey?
Well, opportunities, I guess. I've been here for about a year. My sire, Devin, he's in the city as well. I don't know if you ever met him or not, but he told me that it's time to go out there and explore the world. So here I am, trying to make a name for myself.
And what talents do you have in which to make you shine amongst the other kindred, Joey?
I'm a baseball player, you could say. Swing a good bat.
There is certainly room within the city for sports enthusiasts.
I hold a wide grin and sit back in my chair. Yeah, and I like to lean on people too. And I look over to the person to my left and give him one of these like kind of quick winks with my one good eye.
And how about yourself, Mr. Summers?
I hail from Clan Nosferatu. I try not to alarm my fellow kindred too much, which is why I have this hood on. I'm very good at disappearing and hiding, which sounds so cowardly.
Better part of valor, they say, Mr. Summers. But surely you have other interests apart from running and hiding.
Indeed, I'm a telecommuting consultant for a computer firm. Funny thing about PhDs, when you have one, you can just say, fuck off, I'm not going to work, you let me telecommuter, I'm not working for you, and they'll actually accept. So naturally I can do that at night, but I'm very good with computers and computer systems as well.
Excellent. Computers seem to be the future. So many kindred are focusing on it nowadays, I feel quite left behind. Apologies, I'm being terribly rude. Would any of you care for refreshment?
Sure.
I always like to grace the new bloods of this city with a taste of life here. And a server comes round with a bottle of Vitae and pours into some large tumbler glasses. It's thick, has a pungent fragrance to it, and then the server scuttles off. I call this one New Beginnings.
Well, we got some of that, don't we?
Well, if you can't trust the adventure for a drink of blood, then who can you trust? And he'll down it in one gulp.
Quite.
And back on the table.
I have made my empire on blood. I wouldn't be so crass as to spoil my own stock. A great reputation would be built on a single niche. It wasn't that long ago that I was sat where you are just now.
I thought betraying everybody else was the Tremere. So. Oh. Sorry, you gotta pay.
Betraying everybody else in the Tremere, huh? Good times, good time.
Or even being untoward in Elysium. Eric takes a sip of his Vitae.
Yes.
The buy-in for the game is $1,000. I hope that isn't a problem.
I look into my wallet. That's a little high for me, boss.
I'll tell you what. We'll plunge you the money, and once you've won the amount, you can pay it off.
I squint my good eye at you and sure, why not?
Normally it wouldn't be a problem, but I'm getting moved in down there in Little Russia, so I've just had to get the first month and last month paid up. So otherwise I would. No offense.
Your
Oh,
own.
and a significant amount of vodka to bribe the guy too.
Moving in with Vasily, are we?
No, he's out in the docks. I mean actual Russia. The little Russia square that you walk past down from the airport to from like the El Diablo Loco or whatever that place is called. And then there
Isn't
sure
that-
beats those pay by the hour hotels.
Isn't that Anarch turf, Stephen?
That's what I'm trying to get out of it. Into Russia. That's didn't seem claimed to me. I've been walking through it the last couple of days, and then there didn't seem to be anybody outward, out and out. Didn't notice anybody really feeding from there.
Well, maybe that's an opportunity for you, Stephen.
Kind of, move up a little bit.
Right.
Won't necessarily feed from there, just kind of a temporary type place until the prince is nice enough to, in his beneficence, to grant me a place.
Well, granting, you have to prove something you're worth to hold that place in.
Oh, definitely. That's why I'm still paying by the month.
Hey, did you know the prince drives around in a bus? Seen it with my own eyes.
Pretty much.
I trust it's chauffeured.
Looked like a city bus to me.
Eric takes the buy-in and is like, well, I will accept your challenge to a game, Mr. Stanso. May the best vamp win.
Okay, we're going to have a little mechanic here. What we're going to do is we're going to roll... Depending on how you want to play, you can read other people by using your perception empathy. You can bluff your way through by using manipulation subterfuge. And then you count the successes, DC 6. And then you get to add that to a single D10 roll. So, so for example, John will use his manipulation and his subterfuge. So I only get one bonus die, or one bonus point. My score for this round is 6.
Okay.
Jonathan will use his perception empathy to read other people's faces. So I can't roll dice, so if somebody could be so kind to roll 3 dice for me.
3 dice.
Yes.
Oh, 1 success.
Alright.
And so... Oh, you've got a 10. You have a very good hand.
Nice.
Okay. I will do my perception plus empathy, which is 3 dice. And I get 1 success. So now I add that to a D10, you said?
Yep.
So I add 1 success to a D10. I got 9, so that's a 10.
We both got a good hand.
Okay.
What about the other gentleman?
What about yourself, Summers?
He gets I rolled my manipulation subterfuge. A 10 and a 1 cancel. He gets 1 success with a 9.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Yeah, you don't have to screen share. If you roll dice, they will show up on your screen.
My thing's very blurry. So it's,
Okay.
I don't want you to feel like I'm...
Alright.
Although, honestly, it makes him look... the blurry makes it look better. But...
Nosferatu. Tum-tum.
Okay, and your D10 plus 1?
Alright. Oh, man.
Don't forget to clear those first.
That was the last one came up was a 2, so it'll be a 3.
Just roll a single d10, Joey and Jonathan. Let's see who has the high card wins.
All right. Somebody will roll a d10 for me.
Oh, yes, sorry, I forgot you were. 9. Stealing all my good rolls.
7.
Okay.
I won.
You've got, we'll say first 3 wins the pot.
Works for me.
All right.
Okay, as the cards are going through and people are dealt any. So, have all you gentlemen sorted out a sponsor to stay in the city yet? I hear that's one of the prince's new bylaws.
Well, I got permission so far.
I meant for the new bloods, Jonathan. Well, us old guard, we have been here and are very long in the tooth.
You've been here longer than me, Mr. Stansfield.
We've proven ourselves in various fields.
I've at least met my primogen. I figure if I can agree to keep him halfway sober and sane, he'll sponsor me.
I am certain my primogen will not have an issue with sponsoring me.
But I don't have any per se sponsors. Anyone yet.
It is difficult when Mr. O'Connell is so elusive, so tied up with his own work. I suppose it must be easier for you, Joey. Who is the Bruja Primogen nowadays?
You know, I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we got none. I know that Lysander's the king of the city. Other than that, it's just me and my sire, I think.
What happened to Linnea then?
I don't know who that is.
Well, she's a Bruja that has been here in the city for a while now.
I don't know, maybe she's on vacation or something.
Perhaps.
Taking a nap.
Yeah.
Possibly.
So I met the prince, and clearly I met my sire, so I think I'm set. Even gave me a piece of turf. Quite happy about it, too.
Whereabouts are you laying your hat, Joey?
Well, I stretch and crack my fingers quite loudly. I got a little bit of monopoly happening for myself. Got in good with the Teamsters, and I control the pickup of garbage. And I reside in the industrial sector, kind of close to the projects there.
John takes a moment to think, and then nods respectfully. Yes, a very good field to expand into. The amount of uses and trouble you can cause.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some people that piss me off already, but shit, I opened up my mouth. Shouldn't really talk about it. I forget I said anything.
Just imagine someone bad-mouthing you at Elysium and having their haven covered in garbage.
Or worse yet, the garbage doesn't get picked up. Imagine an establishment where it stinks outside.
Very inventive, Joey.
Just a few things I picked up on when I was alive.
What's with this musical chairs thing with the Prince every, what is it, averaging out to be once a month now, ever since, what was it, Wolf stepped down or was taken down or whatever? That's the other reason I kind of came down. He was rather a guy of note for what, a good part of a century. And my sire said you might want to go in there and see what happened. He was, for all of his faults, he did keep praxis for a better part of a century. I mean, you can't expect us to be perfect. We're Malkavians, for crying out loud. But musical chairs.
A little history lesson for you then, Stephen. New Sam was run by the Toreador Primogen, Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace was uncovered via Archon Wolf's investigations to be a Setite infiltrator. He was awarded the princedom as his reward. 90 years went by, and Mr. Wolf reigned as prince. Then the Sabbat appeared in our sister city, Portland, and in a rather foolish bid, our dear Prince Wolf decided to treat with the Sabbat. What happened then is amount of conjecture and rumour via the Harpies, but no one really can decide what exactly happened to him. But he returned, seemingly whole and as sane as ever, when he announced to the kindred that we are no longer part of the Camarilla, that we are a barony of the Anarchs. The kindred of the city was not pleased by this, and he was usurped. Since then, the musical chairs is recorded as being the teething problems. When you have a powerhouse like Wolf running a city for so long and keeping all the various factions in check, of course you're going to have a little bit of musical chairs, as you put it, as each of the faction tries to nom on the other one. Hopefully now we have settled down and are ready for another long tenure for our darling Prince Eudocia. Long may he reign. And he raises his glass.
Aye. Well, at least Portland's no longer Sabbat City.
Indeed. I hear that Archon Bell crushed the Sabbat in a single week.
Mm-hmm.
And now we just have the remnants of them flittering around our streets.
Oh, I sure as I haven't seen much activity for him. Well, except maybe for that one guy, but we're still gonna find him.
If you ask me, Jonathan, it's about time Kindred of the City went on to do something about it. The sheriff and the hounds can't seem to track these various interlopers down. I think it's about time that a group of concerned citizens took matters into their own hands.
Right. Well, there's currently really one focus. That's the guy that's openly flaunting around and throwing around his magic tricks, illusions.
Janice, I think.
That's what he
His name
called.
is. Yeah, he was here the other night with when
Yeah,
I
I
introduced
saw
myself.
him the other night. He didn't give a name. Lasenda did run after him. So maybe he's already been dealt with. Probably not, though.
The more important target will be this Apollo.
Well, Apollo. There have been no more activities from that guy. No more leads, no more traces, nothing. It's like he just up and vanished.
I find that very difficult to believe.
Yep, same here.
So, what disturbance is he to the city, if I might ask?
Is it a somber of some repute?
Just curious. I just got here.
Of course.
Of course.
Information such as this is the important to every Camarilla kindred to be watchful, and a good way for young bloods to make a name for themselves, at least with information.
Well, somber, you say.
How well versed are you in the names of rank in the Sabbat?
Not terribly well versed. I tend to just stay away from the Sabbat as a rule. I know that the two major ones, the two major founding clans of them are the La Sombra and the Zamisi.
So they kind of steal from the Roman Catholics a bit.
And then the traders from the rest of the clans just kind of they take from them. But other than that,
Right. Apparently, Apollo holds holds the rank of Priscus. It's apparently a very head honcho. And
Prisca, is that close? How comparable would that be to Prince? It sounds similar. How close would that be?
I think Joshua put it close to the rank of an Archon.
Archon, even above a Prince.
Right.
Socially and whatnot. Okay, that's interesting. So we really need to watch out for him. You don't get those positions lightly, I'm imagining.
No. The current description we have is John has an eidetic memory, and he has been told and shown a picture of the Apollo, so he will give a detailed description of the attractive black man that is known as Apollo.
Okay, real quick. Does your eidetic memory have a link to post up real quick of it?
I don't have a picture of it, no, it's not mine.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
If you see a gentleman matching this description, call it in to the Harpy or the Prince's office immediately, even if we can track his movements. It is my current goal to gather a coterie of kindred with the sole purpose of locating and destroying this creature.
Right. Don't go
this
after
would
this
be
guy
your-
alone. That's my tip to you all.
This would be your Apollo Creed of sorts.
John stares at you blankly.
Sorry, it was a bad joke from the Rocky series of movies. It was a bad pun. Sorry about that.
Well, this guy ain't no joke.
I'll lean in. I'll say, listen, you want to gather a group together, and I found a fella last night that's willing to work with me. So if you want to bankroll this kind of operation, I think we can get something sorted. There's a lot to gain from knocking this guy off, ain't there?
Oh, quite. Not only the respect and status earned for saving the city, boons by the prince himself. If it's simply money you're after, I can provide that.
Oh, no. Money's good and all, but all these fancy titles you fellas have been throwing around, I wouldn't mind having one of them on my shoulder. A couple stars here and there.
I have a couple of interested candidates. I have certainly the influence in the mortal institutes of the city to be able to narrow our search.
Joey, you might look into Bishop if you want. He's also he also claims to be a private eye.
What's his first name again?
Wade Bishop, I think.
I'm ahead of you, buddy. I got him last night. Yeah, he's the fella that jumped me with the creepy fingers.
Yeah, watch out for that. He's got a watch. He's got a thing for fine tailored clothes. Apparently, I think it's what it is. That or he's just freaky. I'm not sure.
Either one is possible.
Yeah, either way. Doc might be able to hook you up.
I got a crew of 2, and hopefully it expands, and then we'll knock this guy off for you.
If you do so, Joey, I would be very impressed. However, I was thinking something a little less likely for him to escape from. Recon. Search the city district by district. He is kindred. He is old. He is a creature of habit. He needs to feed. He needs to find haven. We figure out his location, his pattern, and then we strike. I have plenty of retainers who are a fair shot, and a few tricks up my own sleeve. With my resources, I could make sure that the district is bereft of Kine interference. and our strike team will attack before he has any chance of retaliating.
Well, I've already got my little eyes and ears out in every district of the city.
You might
As
want
far
to
as
start.
recon go, oh, go ahead. I want to interrupt.
No, apologies, Stephen. I was just going to tell Mr. Vanderbird that perhaps he should start on the project. It was the last place he was sighted.
Right.
But as far as recon, you might check into maybe us Malkavians and the NOS. I don't know about, except for our great sheriff, of course, for muscle. But he'd be more than happy to blow a hole in the guy's chest, point him in the right direction. He'll blow a hole in anybody's chest for you. But as far as the recon, I mean, maybe us and the NOS who can stay hidden.
Right.
Yeah, keep some. Maybe we can catch this guy during the feeding stuff and during random.
Well, ideally, if I can find where he's havening, I would rather tear down the building when he sleeps. Let the sun do the work, but we can't have everything.
Well, it's pretty difficult to catch a shadow.
Not if you shine a bright enough light on it.
True.
Indeed.
Guess we gotta do a lot of things. Yeah, we both have Apollo walking around and this Janus flunk openly breaching the masquerade.
Troubling another Avanos. One less inclined to talk than the rabble before. What does Janus want?
No clue. I saw him. That's why I asked you, Mr. Stansev, if you checked the video feed. He was here last time in the theater.
Troubling.
So, how's he a worse problem aside from creating big old cat monsters than this Mr. Nobody? Or maybe I should say it the other way. How's Mr. Nobody less of a problem? How's he staying under the radar?
Well, first of all, Mr. Nobody didn't throw around his illusions so that everybody could see them. This guy just doesn't give a shit.
So the walking breach of the masquerade and lack of respect for the prince's domain,
Reminds me
accounting.
of my clan. The walking breach, that is.
You shouldn't sell yourself short, Mr. Summers. Your clan are a linchpin in the Camarilla. It would not be the same without you.
Indeed, we are very adept at searching the shadows. Something is hiding. We'll find it.
Ah, the confidence of youth.
Like you said, just shine a bright spotlight on him.
I think we will be getting on very well, Mr. Summers. Another round of cards?
Why not?
John is going to cheat and use his Auspex.
Difficulty 8, my friend.
No, he's going to use heightened senses to reduce his difficulty down to 4.
Sweet zombie Jesus.
Oh, it doesn't help.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
-1. So I get 3. I'm throwing the game.
I'm gonna roll perception empathy again since he's Jonathan's really bad at bullshitting. So if somebody were to roll me 3 dice, that would be awesome.
2? You're stealing all my rolls, man.
2, yeah. That's what I do. Oh, sweet zombie Jesus.
Nice.
I'm good at this game.
I too will try to bluff. and I botch it. So -1. Is it -1? Is that what that means? -1 to my roll, or I don't get a roll?
No, -1 to your roll.
7.
Okay, it's DC 6, right?
Yep.
Okay, got 3 successes. Four.
Or Mr. Vandenberg again. Are you sure you haven't played before, Mr. Vandenberg?
This is honestly my first time, and you don't even. It's his first time.
Beginner's luck.
Oh, what else has been happening in New Sarum? I have been taking a little sabbatical, sorting out my own affairs, and haven't really been keeping up with the gossip.
Well, here's something that happened. The prince appointed a seneschal.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Who?
Teresius Cole.
John will do a quick self-control, and he's good.
Yes.
And then, manipulation subterfuge to hide his surprise and disgust. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now you roll it.
A fine choice.
We'll see.
I know, when we had our Elysium here several nights back, it seemed, the Tremere Primogen was being a bit untoward. I couldn't tell if he was using powers, because I can't tell with those Harry Potter freaks, but you may have a discussion with him about the code of conduct in your Odyssey Casino.
What did he do?
He demanded blood from Ariadne.
Ariadne has no status. He is a primogen.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
He seemed to be a bit more coercive, as though he were under the influence of one of his, as if she were under the influence of one of his powers. I can't be for certain, because I do not know their powers to their fullest extent.
Did you give the blood?
Does anybody that's not a Tremere know their powers to the full extent? I'd be scared if you did.
I wouldn't be alive, or dead if I did, I believe.
True. Well.
Did Miss Quinn give over her blood?
Miss Quinn shall give the Tremere her blood under the eye of Lysander Eudocia was the agreement.
Well, then all is sorted. If the prince is amicable with the agreement, there's no one higher that can dissuade him. Unless an Archon on the Inner Council decide to step in, but for Miss Quinn, I doubt it.
No. Well.
She has no status in the city? I thought Gangrel were still members of the Camarilla.
Miss Quinn is still fledgling, and unfortunately her sire demised recently. She's still finding her place.
Jonathan looks at Stanhope. Right.
You know.
His demise. Fuck.
Sorry, Jonathan, is everything okay?
I was there.
You were there when it happened? have any idea what it was?
My suspicions are that it was a Zamisi creature. However, I'm not certain on that. I've never seen their monstrosities quite like that. I've seen Volshed, but nothing like that.
You've seen Volshed. Vile, barbaric clan.
I agree. I most definitely agree.
Which is a great loss to the city, but Deep did what he does. Being the hero and saving the younger kindred around him. You should be proud of your elder.
I very much am.
At least the beast is dead. His sacrifice was not in vain.
He's silent.
Changing the subject quickly. So I believe you gentlemen were coming looking for me specifically. Is there anything I could help you with?
Yeah, as I was saying a few minutes ago, before all this talk about people who haven't met quite yet, and not sure if I wanna. I'm forming a baseball team, so to speak, and it would be nice to have some investment involved. Perhaps on your end, I see you got a lot of money.
Exactly. Now, how much would you be looking for, and what's in it for me?
Well, aside from the money, due to the fact that I myself and my companion are somewhat new to the city, there might be some mistakes along the way, and a man of your caliber and obvious pull could help us out. In exchange, you'd be, I don't know, like a manager or something.
I see. And what is this business exactly?
Well, we're forming a coterie. You'd be like a sponsor.
Excellent idea.
I'm glad you approve.
I do. I have been petitioning the Prince and the Primaging Council for more coteries for quite some time now. I would be honored to be your sponsor, Joe.
We're thinking of calling ourselves the Home Team. And I look from side to side. Pretty good name, huh?
Excellent. If you would gather your coterie mates and give my retainer your details, we can set up a meeting. I would like to meet the rest of your band, your home team.
There's just two of us, but we're about to go on a recruitment drive. And I'll look at the fellas that are here to see if there's any sign of interest.
Eric doesn't seem to react at all.
Just make sure you can bat above 400. And
Well,
Make sure he won't shoot you in the chest.
I can take a few shots.
Do you have it from a coterie mate? That's not kosher.
Well, the guy I got, he hasn't taken a shot at me yet. I mean, he grabbed me at the back of the neck, but that's when he thought I was mortal.
it's a coterie, Doc, not a deli. I think he's all right.
That's a hell of a way to meet each other.
Yeah, it was quite the inconvenience, misunderstanding. A night full of understandings. A night full of misunderstandings, rather. Anyway, let's see the next hand.
Okay, next hand.
He'll, Steve will look at his wristwatch and, oh, crap, I'm late for my, I got a shipment coming in tonight. Sorry, guys, I got to call it an evening. It's been had a great time with all of you. Hope we can do this again real soon. You've been a great host, Mr. Stansope.
Good to meet you, Stephen.
The rest of you guys, too. I hope we can meet again real soon. And he'll get up, pick up his coat and the two revolvers, well, magnums, whatever you want to call it, magnums and all that, and head on out for the scene.
Catch you later, Stephen.
Right.
Okay, let's play some cards. Let's see if anyone but John can win this time. Right.
Well, if somebody were to...
Ah, here we go. I was bluffing you all. Admittedly, I am cheating. Hang on. Just so you can see.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's +5.
It's pretty good.
15.
Sweet zombie Jesus.
Full house.
Impossible for me to beat. I got 2 successes.
That's
and the
also
roll
impossible
is-
for me to beat.
I got 9.
But if somebody were to roll 3 dice for me...
I'll roll your 3 dice. You got a 1, 3, and 4.
I have
So you got
5
6.
successes.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, you might be able to beat him. Roll a d10.
You can tie him at least.
yeah, you get to 10.
Okay, so this one goes to John Stansope.
Nice hand there.
Sometimes luck just smiles. I wouldn't own a casino if I didn't know how to gamble.
Well,
How about you, Mr. Summers? How can us very powerful kindred help you out?
Well, I'm currently finding my place in the city, speaking with my primogen. I'm still getting a feel for what this city is like. It's very interesting so far. I must say.
Have you seen Raznox by any chance?
I do not believe I have.
Hmm. Troubling.
Well, if you are in need of assistance or a haven, I can make a few calls.
That would be. If I need you, I will be sure to ask.
It's always wise for kindred to invest in the future.
Certainly, certainly.
So how many more hands do we have to go?
Until someone gets 3.
Alright,
Somebody
let's do it,
gets
let's
3.
do it.
Let's do the next one.
I slink back and stare at my hand for a drawn-out moment, and glance up at all your faces to see who's making what kind of face at me. I got 2 successes on my empathy check.
John's feeling more confident now, so he's going to bluff and not use all specs.
I got a 10. That gives me a 12.
Ah, 6.
Right.
Oh,
Summers
and
has
nothing?
Much
Summers has
appreciated.
two successes.
3 successes. Oh, nice. Not
Oh, 12 for Jonathan.
Oh, you tied me.
Roll
Okay.
another d10.
Who?
Oh.
4 again.
So you got 4.
And
Roll off.
John's got 1. I mean 2 rather.
2. I got 6.
Yeah. So it's 1 to Joey, 1 to Stanso, and 1 and 2 to John.
Yeah. Was close match there, Joey.
I grin at you. Looks like that beginner's luck's running out, eh?
Seems like it.
Another hand?
You know it.
All right.
Haha, 1, 2, 3.
2.
I get 10 total.
Ooh, goals.
I got 4 successes.
I got 6 total.
Nice. And John? Oh! Screw you, Vandenberg. Lucky son of a bitch. He gets 8.
Summers gets 12.
Ah! So, 1 for Summers.
Suddenly everyone's in it.
I'm in it to win it.
Let's see.
Smell the money.
Trying to bluff on this one. And I got 3 sevens.
Oh! Lucky for some. John gets only 1.
Okay, 3 sevens, and my rolls.
11. But I've got brilliant cards.
My roll 1 die. There we go. 4. I got 7 in total.
There we go. I'm back. What did I miss?
We're just doing.
Americans up with 6.
Jesus!
Jeez.
Wow.
All right, roll your d10.
I'll just do John's now. 1, 2.
9.
Is that total?
Yeah, total.
I still beat you! And I win another.
Nice.
Nice.
Looks like we're down to the last hand, I say, as I look at my diminished stack of chips.
All to play for. Joey, still all to play for.
I go all in on this one.
I'm looking pretty with 3 successes
I got 1.
for a total of 10.
Jesus Christ.
And John,
And total of 4.
2, a total of 4.
Ah, damn.
I have 4 successes.
Nice.
Rolled a d10.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
You beat me soundly. I was not expecting that, Mr. Summers. You had me.
It's all in the cards, Mr. Stanso.
Yeah. Another round then.
Okay. All getting very tense in here now. I'm looking pretty with 3 successes.
I got 1.
Oh, only 7 total.
7 as well.
Oh, let's get John. He gets nothing, and a 5. It's all down to you, Summers. Can you beat 7?
He ends up with 1, 2, 3, 5 successes.
Jesus.
He did get 1 canceled out though, so
Alright, roll a d10.
he gets 8 plus 5. I think that
Out of the blue.
Out of nowhere.
You are up 4 grand. Plus 3 grand, because obviously you pay back John for fronting you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Stanso. It was a very very close game. Any one of us could have won.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, maybe next time. once I learn how to play this game.
Don't worry, Joey. It's only $1,000. I'm sure you'll make it back very quickly.
Yeah, give me a couple of nights. I know just the corners to walk against. That money back. I'll stand up slowly and grin at everyone here. It looks weird because one of my eyes kind of stays in place as the other one looks you guys all over. There's like a obvious, if the lights above the table are shining down on us, it's got this eye has this like weird glaze to it that identifies it as like a glass eye, a fake eye. But I grin at all of you. Pleasure, especially you, Mr. Stanhope, or should I call you Coach Manager Stanhope? And I make my way out. On my way out, I grab my hammer from the desk where I left it, and head out to make some money.
Of course he is.
Eric stands from the table, gives a polite bow to the other two remaining kindred in the room. It has been a pleasure, gentlemen. Perhaps next time.
Indeed. Good meeting you, Mr. Summers. I look forward to hearing of your exploits in the future.
And you as well, Mr. Stanhope. He exits the scene.
Well then, I shall take my leave as well.
Thank you for coming to me about this business at Elysium. I am not keeper of Elysium, but if the prince is going to be using my establishment for his gatherings, I would like to be kept aware of any problems that occur.
Well, I don't think it was a proper Elysium. I think he just came here to seek a place of refuge for a moment, to have them all on his own. However, obviously that got thwarted.
I see, and do give my best regards and congratulations to Mr. Cole when you next see him.
I most certainly shall. Well then, have a pleasant evening, Mr. Stanhope.
Good evening to you, Mr. Vandenberg.
He will walk out.
And we will end the scene there.